Look, we all know AI can be a total game changer for research. But here's the secret that most people miss. The real power isn't just in the AI, it's in how you ask. Getting those incredible results is all about mastering the art of the prompt. So, does this sound familiar? You ask your AI for help with some complex research task, and the answer you get back is, well, it's just kind of blah, vague, unhopeful. It is a super common frustration, but the good news is you can absolutely fix it. And this, right here, tells the whole story. A vague prompt like summarize this paper is basically a shot in the dark. You'll get something, sure, but it's probably not going to be what you actually need. But look at the specific one. That gives the AI a direct, clear path to the answer you're looking for. This is the whole idea we're diving into today. Precision is power. Okay, so what are we even talking about here? A prompt is really just a fancy word for the instruction you give an AI. That's it. Think of it like you're talking to a brilliant research assistant. The quality of your instructions is going to directly determine the quality of the work you get back. A really good prompt is so much more than just an instruction. It's basically a map for the AI. It doesn't just point to some far-off destination, no. It provides a clear, detailed route, guiding the AI with all the necessary details to get you the exact information you're looking for without it getting lost on the way. So, why should you even bother spending time on this skill? Because getting this right can fundamentally change how you do your research. Seriously. It's all about unlocking the true potential of these incredibly powerful tools. So, what's the actual payoff? Well, first, you're going to save an incredible amount of time on all that grunt work, like summarizing papers. You'll get so much more clarity by telling it the exact level of detail you need. And this one is crucial. You maintain accuracy. A specific prompt keeps the AI grounded, and that dramatically reduces the risk of errors or those, infamous hallucinations. Best of all, you can document your process and create a whole library of prompts you can use again and again. Talk about making your research more efficient. All right, so let's get into the how. Building a great prompt isn't some kind of magic. It's more like a recipe. And just like any good recipe, it's got a few key ingredients that when you put them all together, create something fantastic. And here they are, the 4 pillars of a powerful prompt. Number 1, you give the AI a role. Tell it to be an expert in the field. Second, the task. You have to be crystal clear about the action you want it to take. Third, you give it context. That's all the background material it needs to work with. And finally, number 4, the output format. You tell it how you want the answer to look, whether that's bullet points, a paragraph, or even a table. And here's what it looks like when it all comes together. The role is set. You are a senior oncology researcher. The task is specific. Summarize the methods and main findings. The context is provided of this 2024 breast cancer study, and the output format is defined in 5 concise bullet points. You see, this isn't just a question. It's a complete instruction set that all but guarantees a high-quality result. Now, once we know what to do, it's just as important to know what not to do. So let's take a look at a few of the common pitfalls that can totally derail your results and lead right back to that frustration we talked about at the start. These are the classic traps right here. Being vague just forces the AI to guess what you want. Jamming a bunch of questions into one prompt, that just creates confusion. Forgetting to tell it the format you want gives you a messy, unstructured answer. And skipping the context, well, that guarantees you're going to get a generic response. You'll notice that each of these mistakes is basically just leaving out one of our 4 key ingredients. So, the most important thing to take away is this. Don't get discouraged. Prompting is a skill, not something you're just born knowing how to do. Just like any other research method, the more you practice, the more you experiment and tweak things, the better you're going to get. So, to help you get started with that practice, let's wrap this up with a practical toolkit. These are prompts you can basically copy, adapt, and start using in your own work right now, today. Notice how precise these examples are. For a lit review, you're asking for findings and limitations. For generating ideas, you're pointing the AI to a very specific gap in the literature. For writing help, you're setting clear boundaries. Improve the language, but do not change the meaning. These are high-value, time-saving instructions you can easily adapt for your own research. So that brings us to the last question, and this one is for you. After seeing how a well-crafted prompt can totally transform your results, what's the very first research task that you're going to go tackle and supercharge with this new skill?